If this season feels lonely, if the silence is louder than the noise, if you're wondering why God allowed everyone to fall away, hear this clearly. God is not wasting this season. He is using it to prepare you. You were not pushed aside. You were pulled in, not punished, positioned. Stay with me, because what God builds in you during isolation will sustain you for the rest of your life. People call this loss, but God calls this a training season. Nothing meaningful is ever built in comfort. Every calling passes through preparation. You are not being abandoned. You are being formed, like gold in fire, like seed in dark soil. The pressure you feel is not rejection. It is refinement. God does his deepest work where no one is clapping. He shapes you in the quiet, not in the spotlight. Because what he is building in you is not for applause, it is for endurance. This season may feel empty, but it is actually full. Full of his presence, his shaping, his intention. You are not forgotten. You are being forged. Noise creates dependency. Loneliness creates sustainability. When the crowd is loud, it's easy to lose yourself in their voices. But when it's quiet, you learn whose voice to follow. Loneliness does three things. It separates you from human voices. It teaches you to discern God's voice. It strengthens the roots of your faith. A loud life weakens discernment. A quiet life sharpens it. In the noise, you hear what people want from you. In the silence, you hear what God is calling you to become. This is not punishment. This is preparation. The space you feel right now, it's not empty. It's sacred. God is clearing out everything that would distract you from what he is about to do through you. Sometimes God removes people, not because they are bad, but because they cannot go with you where you are headed. Temporary supports cannot sustain eternal assignments. If God did not remove the crutch, you would never learn to stand firm in him alone. It's painful, yes, but it is also purposeful. Some relationships were meant for a season, not a lifetime, and some people were never meant to carry the weight of what God has placed on your shoulders. God removes them not to hurt you, but to protect what he is building in you. Because if you lean on the wrong foundation, you will collapse under the weight of your calling. But if you learn to stand on him alone, nothing will shake you. In loneliness, God builds character when no one is watching, depth when there is no applause, discernment when there is no advice. Authority does not come from recognition. It comes from obedience. Isolation is where calling stops being an idea and becomes an identity. When you are alone with God, you stop performing and start becoming. You stop asking for validation and start walking in conviction. You stop needing permission and start moving in purpose. This season is teaching you something critical, that your strength does not come from who stands with you, but from who stands within you. And that truth will carry you further than any crowd ever could. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before he led a nation. David was forgotten in the fields before he was anointed as king. Jesus was confirmed publicly, but prepared in solitude. Public power comes from private obedience. If you are hidden right now, it may be because what God is entrusting to you is too important to be done halfway. The hidden season is not wasted time. It is where your foundation is laid. It is where your character is tested. It is where your faith becomes unshakable. You are not being delayed. You are being developed. And when the time comes, what was built in secret will stand in the open with strength no one can question. Today you only see the emptiness, but tomorrow you will see the precision. God prepares you quietly so you can stand confidently later. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time to mature. One day you will look back on this season and realize it was not isolation. It was incubation, not abandonment, alignment, not punishment, positioning. Everything God removes, he replaces with himself, and that exchange is never a loss. It is always an upgrade. If you feel alone right now, God is closer than ever. If you feel unseen, He is building what will soon be undeniable. This lonely season is not here to break you. It is here to prepare you. So do not despise the silence. Do not resent the solitude. This is where God does His most transformative work. And what He is building in you now will carry you for the rest of your life. You are not pushed aside. You were pulled in, not forgotten, focused on, not abandoned, appointed. If this message confirmed your spirit, write this in the comments. I'm being prepared, not abandoned.